Today we discuss about linearly graded p-n junctions. We first consider the case of thermal equilibrium. The impurity distribution of a linearly graded junction will be shown first. Here we have the impurity distribution of a linearly graded p-n junction. In the first diagram, we see that the distribution is a linear function of distance. The Poisson's equation can now be written as d square psi by dx square is equal to minus dE by dx. This is equal to minus rho by epsilon s. This is equal to minus q ax by epsilon s, where x lies between minus w by 2 and w by 2. Here A is the impurity gradient in centimeter inverse 4 and W is the depletion layer width. We have assumed that the mobile carriers are negligible in the depletion region. By integrating this equation once with the boundary conditions that the electric field is 0 at plus minus W by 2, we obtain the electric field distribution as we have shown over here. Here we get the electric field distribution in this diagram. So, the electric field can be written as the electric field of a linearly graded junction can be written as Ex is equal to minus Qa by epsilon s W by 2 whole square minus x square divided by 2 bracket close. So, the maximum field at x is equal to 0 is given by E maximum is equal to Qa W square divided by 8 epsilon s. If we integrate this equation once again, both the potential distribution and the corresponding energy band diagram are obtained as we have shown earlier. The built-in potential and the depletion layer width will be given by Vbi is equal to Qa W cube by 12 epsilon s, and depletion layer width W is given by 12 epsilon s Vbi by Qa to the power 1 by 3 as we have shown over here. Since the values of the impurity concentrations at the edges of the depletion width, that is minus W by 2 and W by 2 are the same and both are equal to A W by 2, the built-in potential for a linearly graded junction may be expressed in this equation. Vbi is given by Kt by Q. Vbi is given by Kt by Q ln Aw by 2 Aw by 2 Ni square. So, this is the value of the built-in potential, and this can be given as equal to 2 Kt divided by Q ln Aw divided by 2 Ni. If we solve the transcendental equation that results when W is eliminated from this equation, the built-in potential we get as a function of A. The results for silicon and gallium arsenide linearly graded junction are also discussed. When either forward or reverse bias is applied to the linearly graded junction, the variations of the depletion layer width and the energy band diagram will be similar to those shown in figure as we have shown for abrupt junctions. However, the depletion layer width will vary as Vbi minus V to the power 1 by 3, where V is positive for forward bias and negative for reverse bias. Now we discuss the depletion capacitance. The junction depletion layer capacitance per unit area is defined as Cj is equal to dq by dV, where dq is the incremental change in depletion layer charge per unit area for an incremental change in the applied voltage dV. The figure as we have shown over here, this shows the depletion capacitance of a p-n junction with an arbitrary impurity distribution. The charge and electric field distributions indicated by the solid lines correspond to the voltage V applied to the N side. The charge and electric field distributions indicated by solid lines correspond to the voltage V applied to the N side. If this voltage is increased by an amount dV, the charge and the field distributions will expand and those regions bounded by the dashed lines. The figure shows an incremental charge dq corresponds to colored area between two charge distribution curves on either side of the depletion layer. The incremental space charges on the n and p sides of the depletion region are equal but with opposite charge polarity, thus maintaining overall charge neutrality. This incremental charge dq causes an increase in the electric field by an amount dE is equal to dq by epsilon s from Poisson's equation. The corresponding change in the applied voltage dV represented by the cross-hatched area is approximately WdE, which equals W dq by epsilon s. Therefore, the depletion capacitance per unit area is given by Cj is equal to dq by dV, which is equal to dq divided by W dq by epsilon s, which gives epsilon s by W. So, we have seen the capacitance, depletion capacitance Cj will be given by epsilon s by W farad per centimeter square. We now discuss what is the capacitance voltage characteristics. The equation for depletion capacitance per unit area is the same as the standard expression for a parallel plate capacitor where the spacing between the two plates represents the depletion layer width. The equation is valid for any arbitrary impurity distribution. In deriving this equation, we assume that only the variation of the space charge in the depletion region contributes to the capacitance. This certainly is a good assumption for the reverse bias condition. For forward biases, however, the large current can flow across the junction corresponding to a large number of mobile carriers present within the neutral region. The incremental change of these mobile carriers with respect to the biasing voltage contributes to an additional term called the diffusion capacitance, which is considered later. So, for one-sided abrupt junction, we had obtained Cj is equal to epsilon s by W, which is equal to under root of q epsilon s Nb divided by 2 in brackets Vbi minus V. So, that gives us 1 by Cj square is equal to 2 Vbi minus V divided by q epsilon s Nb. So, we have seen that a plot of 1 by Cj square versus V will produce a straight line for a one-sided abrupt junction. The slope gives the impurity concentration Nb of the substrate and the intercept at 1 by Cj square equal to 0 gives Vbi. We will now evaluate the impurity distribution. The capacitance voltage characteristics can be used to evaluate any arbitrary distribution. So, what we do is we consider the case of P plus N junction with the doping profile on the N side as we have shown in the figure. As before, the incremental change in depletion layer charge per unit area dq for an incremental change in the applied voltage dV is given by dq nw dw, that is the shaded area as we have shown. The corresponding change in the applied voltage as we have shown in this shaded region over here. So, by substituting W from the previous equation, we obtain an expression for the impurity concentration at the edge of the depletion region. Nw is equal to 2 divided by q epsilon s in brackets 1 by d of 1 by Cj square bracket close divided by dV. So, this will give us the value of the impurity concentration for this type of arbitrary impurity distribution. So, in this figure we have shown a P plus N junction with an arbitrary impurity distribution. The second figure B shows the change in space charge distribution in the lightly doped side due to a change in applied bias, and C shows corresponding change in the electric field distribution. Thus, we can measure the capacitance per unit area versus reverse bias voltage and plot 1 by Cj square versus V. The slope of the plot, that is d of 1 by Cj square divided by dV, this yields Nw. Simultaneously, W is obtained from this equation. A series of such calculations produces a complete impurity profile. This approach is referred to as CV method for measuring impurity profiles. For linearly graded junction, the depletion layer capacitance is obtained from the equation. The depletion layer capacitance will be obtained from the equations, and the final value of the depletion layer capacitance given by Cj is equal to epsilon s by W, that is equal to, in brackets, Qa epsilon s square divided by 12 in brackets Vbi minus V bracket close whole brackets close 1 by 3 in farad per centimeter square. So for such a junction we can plot 1 by C cube versus V and obtain the impurity gradient and Vbi from the slope of the intercept respectively. Thank you.